today I come to you with my first impression of Tanaka-kun wa Itsumo Kedaruge, or better yet known as Tanaka-kun is always listless. I'll use that title because it sounds easier to pronounce more than the Japanese original title. So my first impression for this series is that I admire Tanaka of his listlessness, of his laziness, because I mean, he can be lazy and still be liked by people and not cursed out by anyone. And he's a good guy and he still has friends and he gets things done, but he's just really lazy. And it's very funny to see like how he has this best friend named Ota, who is much more of an outgoing guy, and he could put up with Tanaka's personality. They're like water versus fire, or ice versus fire, where Tanaka is a more laid back guy who doesn't overly exert himself or put himself out there. And Ota, it's not to say that he's like a always up in your face guy, but he's more well known, and he's more of how Tanaka would explain as the main character of the series. And getting to that part, it was very funny because it's basically Tanaka saying that he kind of put a diss on a lot of side characters, because he said like main characters are too troublesome because they always have to be up front and they always have to have all the attention on them, and everybody expects them to always either solve mysteries, cases, or murders, and they always have to, train and power up in order to defeat their opponents, whereas the side characters, barely anybody pay attention to them, and when they do, they're not given enough screen time, or better yet, that the author or director, whoever does the characters, they put them as they don't even have a face. They don't even draw them in completion. That's how much he admires side characters, but I feel like he was making fun of them at the same time, and he says he wishes to be a side character when nobody notices him, but he's still there, but nobody puts their attention on him like the main character. And he says Ota is more like the main character of the series because everybody is always expecting something of him, and he's like the heroic guy, and they look up to him a lot, and he's always receiving attention, and he's like, good job, Ota, good job. And I really love their relationship because it's like if you was to meet a guy like Tanaka, you wouldn't really want to be near him or be around him because it might set you off because he's so lazy and he's not, pushing forward or not being active in his life. He's always lazing around and finding new ways to be lazy. That's basically Tanaka. He tries to find new ways each day to become lazy, even more lazier than he was the day before, which I find completely hilarious. So it's the fact that Ota is able to put up with Tanaka and still maintain a really good relationship with him. It's very nice to see, and it's kind of like, they have a contrast between their personalities, but they work together so well. So, and also the fact that when it comes to food, this is how their relationship and their personalities are something that can work well. You would have thought that Ota is a big tough guy that he likes the meat and the food, and then we see where Ota looks like the type of guy that likes sweets, but it's reverse, and it's like, they work so well, they cooperate with each other so well. Now, concerning the art is very mellow. They use a lot of soft colors, blended colors and such. It's nothing too bright that can, hurt your eyes. It's very soft and soothing. The animation is very simple. It's nothing too dynamic. It's a very simple drawing, and it's something that most people probably won't catch their eye, but if you're looking for something simple to watch and sit down and get a laugh at it, and also try to, have something very calming to watch, then I suggest that you watch this series. You may end up liking it. It's a comedy slash slice of life slash comedy, and the comedy is going to be mostly on how Tanaka acts throughout the day of each episode, and how he tries to become even more lazy, as I stated before, and how Ota and every one of his classmates reacts to how Tanaka acts throughout the day. So that was basically it. It was a very calming and also somewhat funny episode. I can't wait for the next episode, because the next episode we see a character that wants to become an apprentice of Tanaka. So they want to learn his ways of becoming even more listless. and we're gonna see how Tanaka takes up to that. Is if he's going to actually be willing to become the mentor of his apprentice. So it was a very fun episode, and I can't wait for the second episode to come by. Do tell me your thoughts on the first episode of Tanaka-kun is always listless. How do you like it so far based on the first episode? Are you gonna willing to continue it, or you say you're gonna, put it on hold or drop it after this first episode? The links are in the description box, so you guys could go check that out. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye.